I remember Mazda. The thing was really sucks up the fuel for a small car. It drank a lot of fuel.
Yeah, and I think
That's what everybody complained
they tried to
about.
market it about the same time we had the fuel crisis.
That bad timing.
And
That's right.
You know, all of a sudden, fuel consumption became a big issue with everybody. And, you know, you got an engine that's drinking twice as much as a smaller, you know.
That's not going to be a good sales pitch.
Nope.
I was always concerned. I was always intrigued by how would you. The valves were, you had that triangular shaped piston, which I'm sure is the correct word, but that would glide along the walls of the chamber.
Well, it's like a triangle.
Yeah.
And one's a compression stroke, one's an intake stroke, one's a fuel exhaust stroke. So it rotates. It's three ways. It's triangle.
And how what do you make the pistons, the rings, the ring seals out of? There's no rings, so that's the wrong word.
What makes the rings?
How would you seal against the chamber?
Well, it's got the rotor, it's got a seal at the top, just like rings. Runs on a real smooth, like piston rings. How do they seal in an engine?
So the same, like the same material?
It's got rings at the top, and this runs around a nice smooth cylinder.
As long as
like a two-stroke motor.
As long as it's smooth.
Yeah. You're making things complicated, you know.
Well, I look at the engine. My primary education is as an engineer, and so I look at the engine and I go, "That is a great."
You can't tell by looking at an engine.
but I look at the way it's done, and it's like it's a design exercise that somebody charmed somebody into production.
Well, you know, I'm thinking back about it. We made that comparison to a World War I rotary engine. And cylinders rotate around the cam, and the shaft has a fuel in the exhaust port. So when the cylinder passed that port, it would, you know, have access from that cylinder to that port. How they, you know,
how do you seal that?
They designed it, yeah.
Jimmy, have you some paper I might avail myself of? I'm willing to go out and pirate some.
This is all you, my friend. Let's make sure. Let me keep that one. Yep. Take your pick.
Thank you, monsieur.
Of course.
He carries a briefcase. He's so organized.
It's never brief. But it
Not
is.
Even when you're putting on your underwear.
Do you have a spare pen over there?
Of course.
I might want to write down someone's name or something.
Absolutely.
Go for it.
That's why more I'm going to need. I don't know that many words.
Just use the same one over and over again. Okay. Like when you were in grade school.
Yeah.
I will not talk in class. I will.
Mr. Jamie, for some reason YouTube's not clicking, so we got the other three. Rumble, Facebook, and X is fine, but YouTube's giving me an issue. I'll keep working it, but I just want to let you know.
Of course, no problem. Right. Yeah, it's life.
We've had worse. Hey, look at you guys. Man, you guys look good. Oh man, already the love is starting to come by. Hi guys, good evening. Jimmy, Mark, Leon, and George. Good evening, gunslingers and motor slingers.
Motor slingers.
Big Jake says Jimmy and Mark and Leon and George. I know how to do this. I know how to do this. There we go. Mazda is named after a Zoroastrian god. Yeehaw. Leon is in the man cave.
Dumped myself.
Here we go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very special Motor Slinger show right here on the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network. Yes, here we go. Here we go, folks. Want to start it off hot and fast. Got two special guests in tonight. Got the legend, Leon the Motorman Kaplan.
Well, thank you for having me here. But we got George here, and he's the historian of aviation.
The aficionado in we are in stereo, folks.
Pleasure to be here, ladies and gentlemen.
Always great to have you guys in. So, folks, we're starting off hot. We want to make sure that you're getting your questions, your calls, and all your love for these gentlemen here. Leon, let's go ahead and start
The numbers, I've got them memorized. 866-870-5752.
What was that number again?
866-870-5752, and I'm waiting for your call.
So, ladies and gents, if you have any questions, if it flies, if it floats, if it burns rubber, by land, by air, by sea, we are here to cover your needs. And again, this is the Gunslinger Show, so if it goes bang as well, we'll be right here to take your call. But gentlemen, welcome.
Thanks
My
for having
favorite
us
show.
here, and thanks to hear that Jeff the King is doing well.
Yeah, in recovery, and the guy he put up on Facebook, walked his first full mile today, looking good, feeling strong. Everyone, do not stop your prayers. Do not stop your well wishes for that man. He needs it all, but he is looking good out there. And actually, I just spoke to Big Wave Dave, 2 studios over. He's cutting some promos and doing some spots over there, and he wants to send his love, his prayers, and all of his well wishes to you. He is praying for you. Hasn't stopped, Jeff. So
That's great. Prayers work.
Yeah, prayer works everywhere.
Hey, Jeff, I bet you're listening, so get well, Betty, and we want to miss you. Come on back in here.
He'll be our additional special guest over at the half, so
That'll be
we'll
very
be hearing
special.
from him.
You know he's dying. You know he's dying right now.
Oh man, I know I'm taking.
He's
his
got the
seat
guys
right now.
in. He's got the guys in, and he's watching from home.
Yes, sir.
Which is where he needs to be till it's all better.
What's good about this show, it's a lifestyle show.
Absolutely.
It's really, as I usually say, it's not a BS show. It's a CS show, customer service, and above all, common sense.
Yes, sir. That goes hand in hand with everything we speak on this show.
I used to use that on my show all the time. So,
well, we do borrow it every once in a while. We borrow a lot from you.
Not the
Leon.
only thing.
No, but let's do it before we jump in. I see we have Richard online, but before we jump into him, how have you guys been?
I've been real good. I had a little bout with a little cold for a while, and just getting over that, and so I'm feeling real good.
You looking good, looking good. And if you guys want to see these gentlemen live, or you don't want to just listen to us, we are on Facebook, and we should be on YouTube eventually, X and Rumble, so you guys can catch us in the break, see all the fun we're having there. But you can also.
God, I didn't comb my hair.
Oh, you looking at this guy? Humble. That's all I gotta say. I hope
Hey, at least you got hair to comb. You know?
That's true. Good point, George. Good point.
George, how you been, friend?
I've been real good. Family's good, and health is good, and all happy.
Oh, nice. Happiness, man. The Lord works, and all good things come from Him, right? So, yeah, what a wonderful night this is going to be. So, you folks, again, Leon, what's that number one more time?
That number is 866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752. I do it twice because most people can't understand. They tell me I have an accent. No. And so that's why I do it twice, because some people say, "What'd you say?"
People say I have an accent, and they go, "Where's your accent from?" I go, "I'm from the South," and they go, "South?" I go, "Southern California."
Yeah, there you go.
No,
That drawl.
no, but this is it's going to be an excellent. Like, you're getting so much love online already, both you gents, everyone. This is a lot of people's, not just mine. A lot of
I
people's.
love the
favorite
ladies
show.
too that call in.
Oh,
I love the ladies.
Mark and I found out that a good amount. We met some people at the town hall we went
Yes,
to
we
a
did.
few weeks, and a good handful of our listeners are some lovely
Good.
ladies out there.
I'm happy.
Absolutely, and you know what? They're probably crooning over you right now, hearing that Southern honey.
What is probably the most asked question whenever we do a PA? The most asked question is, when are you going to have Leon back
When's
on?
Leon coming back in? When are you going to get those?
You guys cut a pretty broad
Leon
slot.
the Motor Man.
Yeah.
Had a good run. A good run.
Still having it?
Yeah, you
Man,
are.
you're still running. Come on.
I'm just Jimmy the Motor Mouth, so don't worry about that. No, but
Well, my wife used to call me that. I'd come home from a show. She said, "Boy, you sure were a motor mouth today."
oh, wonderful. You know
She's
what?
a wonderful lady.
Let's keep it rolling and keep the comfortability in. A longtime friend of both of our shows now, Richard from the Whiteman Airport. Let's jump on in. Richard, what is going on? Do I have to click it on myself tonight? Let's see.
Yeah,
Oh, there you are.
good evening, you snapshot gunslingers.
Snapshot. Look at, someone should take a snapshot of this crew right here. This is I put a nice picture of all of us online.
It's like a
So
rogues gallery. Are you
a
kidding me?
rogues gallery.
Looks like the post office, doesn't it?
What's going on tonight, Richard?
Well, first of all, I'm glad to hear Jeff is feeling better.
Yeah.
Right.
Are we all?
Amen.
We all are.
Yeah. Okay, and my question tonight is on pump action pellet guns. How many times can you pump it up? Because the more you pump, the more power you get.
Well,
So you can't pump it anymore.
I was going to say, that's the limiting
I guess
factor.
that
is-
you just can't pump
it's
that
kind of
thing.
a personal limit. If your strength has lost you and you can't get another one in there, you're probably going to hit that wall there.
It's like trying to pump a scuba tank full of air.
Yeah.
There you go. So there's a point at which the
Right.
seals and things can only take so much, but the limiting factor, as Leon correctly points out, is usually how big is this?
What is it? The bicep.
The bicep.
building? Yes. No. So yeah, it's generally going to go upon what you can do and what's going to hold. I think as a kid, I had a couple of Red Riders out there, and
I've got a pellet gun.
yeah, and you know what? You pump them up, and you get about 8, 9, 10. Maybe by the time you get to about 13,
You're starting to get fatigued.
You're getting fatigued, and you can feel it really pinch, and you're hoping to goodness that your fingers are away when that last one closes.
Well, the more you pump, the louder the gun.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's what makes everyone so happy.
And the faster it's pushing the pellet out the barrel.
Yep, that
That's
compression really makes it for distance and speed.
Have we talked about the fact that the air gun, an air gun actually accompanied the Lewis and Clark expedition?
Well, let's see.
If you're going to go back to the early 1800s, the Garibaldi, gosh darn it.
Ghirardelli
It'll come to me as soon as
delicious.
we're not talking about it. But there was an air rifle that went with them that was powerful enough to kill deer.
Look at that. I mean, technology hasn't
then.
changed that much.
No, it has not, has it?
All right, Richard. What do you have? Do you want to say anything to the gents while they're here before you get into your joke?
Yeah,
Because
right,
I know you've missed them.
Yeah, Leon and George, next Saturday at Van Nuys, we're going to have a seminar on structural icing. Maybe you come on in.
Ooh.
Well, I usually talk about icing when it's into my martini.
Ooh. All right. Well,
So that's it. Okay, and now that Thanksgiving is here, for you, you gunslingers that are also vocalists, what was the favorite music of the Pilgrim teenagers?
favorite music.
I know their favorite dance was the turkey trot.
Oh, that's a good one.
No, the favorite music. What was their favorite music?
I'm
It was-
stumped.
Yeah, it was Plymouth Rock.
Oh, Plymouth Rock
Plymouth
and or
Rock.
roll.
I don't get it.
Thank you, Richard. God bless you. Always good to hear the familiar sound
Very
of
good.
all these guys that are
And
around.
Leon and George, maybe we'll see you next Saturday at 9 o'clock at Clipper for structural icing.
Thanks so
I'll
much.
try to stop by and see you, Richard.
I can't wait.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you. Have a good one.
God bless you,
Thank you,
Richard.
buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Motor Slingers on the Gunslingers Syndicated Radio Network. And you know what, Leon? Let's get that number one more time.
Number again, 866-870-5752.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you after the break.
870-5752. Sorry.
Yeah, I really come here just for the music.
I know. We got all the good stuff for you guys. This is not going to be Jeff's normal play, so you guys are going to hear some of your favorites.
There are some really fun
Okay,
online
who's
comments.
Misbehaving right now. I'm rebooting some servers and stuff, so you're taking calls blind because we don't have any idea who's there.
Cool. Hey.
So Jeff's supposed to call in at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully it'll be back by then.
Gee.
So I'll poke into your ear once I know
Yeah.
that Jeff's on.
Just keep us up, you know.
Hey, you're hitting the air, and everywhere but YouTube. So
It's all goody gumdrops. I have no.
I'm glad you got some good music on.
Oh yeah.
I hope you got some Beach Boys
No,
on.
you better believe it, baby.
Good.
This is the Motor Slinger show on the Gunslingers Syndicated Radio Network, so you know we're gonna have some Beach Boys for you.
Absolutely.
It's good.
I come over just for that.
Yeah, this is
To see you guys, but
this is a special playlist for some of our favorite special people. So you got it. Yes. Again, you guys get your calls in. George, what's the number? You get us the number.
Number is 866-870-5752. Call on in.
yeah, I like that.
Mixing it up.
Yeah, so just in case we are having some problems with the phones right now, things are just coming up a little odd. So if I come into their call and I don't know who you are or what you want, just start talking when I greet you. But no, and everyone online, make sure you're hitting that like, you're subscribed already, and you're putting all of your comments and questions for these fine gentlemen on there. Yeah, you got a lot of people already say, I have a MP Stig. I'm not a lady, but I'd shave my legs for Leon.
That's okay.
Old Bark on there says Motorman was my radio sweetheart, but George looks real good. Missed the tryst.
He means that in a manly and appropriate fashion.
Old Bark is a little.
This is not that
lady.
kind of show, Jimmy.
Hey, you know what? I know that we are appreciative of the ladies out there, so thank you so much. But no, let's get back into some of the things that's going on with y'all. Leon, what has transpired these last few months? I know everyone's always waiting for you to come out with the book. Are we starting to?
Well, you know, but I've been thinking about it. I've been making notes. That I need a writer to help me. What do you call it?
Ghostwriter?
Ghostwriter. I need a ghostwriter. I've got so much to talk about because when I look back at my life, I've had a very interesting life. A little kid from North Carolina, there's only, I was telling somebody, I shouldn't even mention this, but, really, I may have told George, I really have done everything that I've wanted to do in my life, and still I got a lot to do.
Oh, man.
But, I mean, racing cars, motorcycles, airplanes, biplanes. There's only one thing that I didn't do, go into space.
And there's still
And
time.
I was picked to go into space. I was picked till the Challenger blew up. And I was on a lot of radio shows with Chuck Yeager and all these people. Would I still go? I said, I'd leave today, this minute.
I go, at Disneyland, they have the flying or soaring over California, and it's an air hangar, and they've got all the history of flights down the hall and stuff. And every time I'm in there, I'm talking to my boy, and I'm like, hey, look at this. And every name I'm naming off, either George or yourself has named them off, gave me some history on there. And I'm telling him, I'm like, well, did you know that? And they love it. And I love how much history and how much stuff you guys give
Well,
us.
let me clear it up that I wasn't just picked. It was thousands and thousands of people that sent in for the space program for the civilian, and I narrowed it down to 200. I was one of the 200.
Ooh.
I had a lot of movie stars and people who wrote letters in for me and told them about maybe I could talk about what's going on. I would just love it. I would love it.
I love it. Hey, you know, it looks like the phones are starting to start up.
Warm up
again.
a little.
Mark over in Woodland Hills. Mark, what's going on, brother?
Hey, your tech problems. We could blame Putin for it,
Hey, we can, you know what? Just pass the buck on to the Russians. We'll find a way.
Well, I have a bit more of a question for George, my neighbor in Woodland Hills.
You bet.
But I just want Leon to know I have a quick one here. And, hey, your name backwards is Noel, right?
Yes, that's right.
Just
I
in
don't know
time
if
for
you
the
were born in
season.
the middle of the year or in Christmas season. So
I was born in the middle of the year, July.
Okay, that's why it's in backwards then. Listen, I just bought recently this year, I bought a brand new Honda HRV. And like a lot of these new cars, you can't get the bloody windows down in the second row seats. They only go halfway down, I assume, for the child safety in mind. Is there any way of bypassing that rubbish?
No.
I'd like to be able to put my windows down.
No, the back windows are designed that way. The mechanism inside will only let it go halfway down. It's designed that way.
I thought I might be able to get into the door and disconnect something or other, but okay, no worries.
No,
hey, George.
Yes, sir.
Good to hear from you tonight, you guys. I was wondering if you've had much experience with the shorts, Sky Vans, or the Pilatus Porters, the Arava, or the Casa 212 by any chance?
Well, not personally flying them. I've been in approaching an island out in the on the Azores, and the Casa was right in front of me, descending into the holding fix for the NDB approach into Santa Maria Island in the Azores, and that's the closest I came to flying a Casa. The short Skyvan, interesting British airplane, or Irish really. The company I had worked for back in those days, we designed and built heaters for the horizontal stabilizer on that airplane.
Oh, I love that! I love that aircraft to jump out of. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it became quite a good jump airplane.
For a small rear exit aircraft. I mean, it's not like a C-130 or something, obviously. But I had most of my experience starting out was in the a Dakota, a DAC. What we call a DC-3 or a C-46.
Yep.
C-47 because of the bigger transport doors.
Or a Goonie bird.
I'll tell you, those things are indestructible, brother. As much as any aircraft.
Yeah.
I love to see DC-3s. They're just a wonderful aircraft.
When I was jumping, when I was skydiving out at Elsinore, they had a couple of those shorts, Skyvans, as jump airplanes.
Oh yeah, they're in Paris, but we don't like the Beechcraft. I think it's a Beechcraft 18 or something like that. It was just too cramped. If you're in an engine failure or something like that, brother, you better be sitting by the door.
Yeah, you bet.
Well, it's great hearing from you guys. Come in again soon, please. We enjoy your visits.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks for the call, Mark.
Appreciate it.
As
God bless y'all.
many times as we can
Cheers.
get. God bless you, Mark. Great hearing from you. Yeah, as long as we can get you guys in as much as we can, we will.
We love it. George and I, actually, we love it. We love you guys and love Jeff. It's too bad he's under weather, but he'll be okay. I've got faith in him.
Since we're getting Jeff on the bottom of the hour, I think we have one more call on there to see if we can squeeze him in real fast. Evening, how can I help you? Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Hello. Hi, Leon.
Yes.
Oh, Leon, it's always good to hear from you again, and miss listening to you.
Well, thank you. I miss it,
okay.
too. I miss all my listeners I've had for over 40 years, and so I miss it very much. But it wasn't me. It was the station. It had
I
nothing to do
remember
with
Ray
it.
Bream on there and all that stuff.
Right. Those were the good days.
Yeah, but Leon, I have a question. I've been having a problem with this diesel I have. It's 6.0 diesel, and it's been a problem motor with Ford. And I know it's cheaper to repair it than buy another truck because they're so expensive.
Yeah. Right.
But I was curious, is it just for motors? Do they do diesels, or is it worth the trouble?
Yeah, Jasper, I'd have to contact them, but Jasper's one of the best engine builders out there. I've used them for years and years, and they just do. I've never had a problem with not one Jasper engine. And I used to get a lot of Chevy motors from them. And some truck engines, but I never had, that I know of, have ever got a diesel from Jasper.
Oh, you haven't got a diesel from them yet?
Not to my knowledge. I don't know that I can remember just about every engine I've got, and a lot of them were truck engines, gasoline engines and things. But I don't know that I ever got a diesel, but I would contact them. They got great warranties.
Okay. Well, one of the problems I started out with was the head gaskets. So we got those torqued down real good and tight and everything, and then
Why'd you have a head gasket problem? Let me ask you. You must have done something. Has it been overheated?
No, what happened was that Ford doesn't torque down that head to the specs that's required.
Did they do it under warranty? Take care of it?
No, it wasn't. I don't drive it a whole lot, and it didn't go out on me until 50,000 miles.
I've never heard of that problem. I got lots of people with Ford engines.
Yeah, but then I got the head gaskets taken care of, I believe, and I got it torqued down real tight so it doesn't blow out. Now the way it was torqued from the factory, it wasn't strong enough to hold that pressure from the diesels.
Well, what was the problem with the head gasket? Was he losing water, or?
Yeah, I was losing water. Yeah.
Okay, you had a head gasket problem.
Yeah. The other problem was this happened within the last few months was it would lose RPMs and then it would surge. Like I thought maybe it seemed like
That's a fuel-related problem on a diesel. That's fuel-related. Fuel pump. I've got constant pressure. Diesels need constant pressure all the time, not like gasoline engines, but it's got to have full pressure. They got injectors on them, and they're high-pressure injectors.
Yeah, and so I was having a problem with that, and I was just wondering if the Ford company, do they have a diagnostic equipment I could pinpoint the problem?
Ford should take care of that, or take care of it. God, they have hundreds of those diesels. What year is it?
It's 2007.
Because for a while, Ford used international harvester diesel engines. They were great engines. Then Ford started building their own. But there's no problem. Everybody, you're the first one basically ever had a lot of problem with a diesel engine. Seriously.
Yeah, well, I had a plan on doing some cross-country driving and stuff, but I just didn't feel...
Yeah, Ford should take care of some of these heavy-duty motorhome dealers that work on Fords and things can handle all of that. That's not a problem.
Yeah, there's a will, there's a way.
Well, another deal is I'm just trying to get information, and I always get this half-baked information I get from the information I get. So
yeah, you're not getting it from the dealer. You're getting it from just
the internet.
Joe Mechanic.
No,
yeah, I just
find a good dealer works on trucks and stuff, and they'll take care of it, guaranteed.
Do you know
good
a
motors.
Dealer that does diesels?
Yeah, I like diesels.
No, do you? Do you know one that I could take it to? I'm in San Gabriel.
Not right offhand, but San Gabriel should have plenty of motorhome places, big heavy-duty truck shops.
Yeah.
Yeah, look for that motorhome. Yeah, definitely. I didn't even think about that.
Well, thanks for the information, Leon. I hope Jeff is feeling better.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks so much for the call. Get that taken care of.
Thank you.
Have a good night. God bless you. Thanks for the call. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the voice. You heard all the great stuff coming out of that mouth right there. That's some good stuff. This is the Motor Slingers on the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network, and we're going to be coming back from a break, but when we do, we're going to have Jeff, the Gunslinger, on.
Himself.
And then after that, we'll go ahead and take everyone's calls.
Can't wait to talk to Jeff.
Absolutely. All right, we'll be right back.
Can I have the next dance?
All right. Filling up my card. My dance card's full. Yeah, this is going to be the long one, so we got some time. So
People
Leon,
like that are usually do-it-yourselfers. They're not getting the proper.
This guy, he sounds.
I didn't want to say anything. That mic's still hot.
no, we're good. You're off. You're good. So I don't know if you want to jump into that a little more, because I didn't know that diesels needed more pressure. Is it because of fuel or just by how the engine's made?
What's that?
How that diesels need
constant
more
pressure.
the constant pressure. For Is there?
That's why diesels are like jet engines. I was talking to George. Diesel fuel, you strike a match, it won't burn. It's like jet fuel. I was telling George about the helicopter that crashed. How come it didn't catch on fire? Diesel, if you throw a match in it, it won't burn. But it only burns when it's atomized, when it's under lots of pressure. That's why planes, when they hit the ground, they're doing 200 miles an hour, 100, so it goes out in the air, and that ignites. That ignites jet fuel like gasoline. Because when jet fuel ignites, it's got more power than gasoline.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just want to make sure I actually got it fixed.
No, it looks good. No, I didn't know that. And then
So injectors, you got a special injector pump on diesel engines, not an electric pump, an engine-driven pump that's got 100, 200 pounds of pressure. That's why when diesel start, they need glow plugs. They need a plug to light up to ignite the fuel. Then as it warms up, the glow plug shut off and it runs on its own. But they come under a lot of pressure. If I was to have a test, which I used to have in my shop, and show you the spray that comes out of an injector nozzle, gasoline, it shoots out. Diesel, man, it just
like a mist, like a
powerful.
spray, like
It's a big spray.
wow.
And it's the
And
compression.
it's
that ignites it.
atomized. That's what I guess that's the right word to use.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
atomized, and then it'll ignite, and it has more power than gasoline. That's why diesels are so good. They have more. I'm trying to think of the torque power. There's another word to use. That
Newton meters.
Well, as Leon was talking about, when an airplane going 200 or 300 miles an hour crashes and the fuel tanks erupt and that fuel atomizes, comes kind of a vapor.
Yes.
And then that's where the fire comes from. And years ago, probably 30 years ago now, the FAA tried to find an additive they could put into the jet fuel so it wouldn't do that. And they put some in a old retired airliner and had a remote control that flew into some barriers down at Edwards Air Force Base out in the desert somewhere. And the same problem. They couldn't modify the fuel enough not to have that, the capability of exploding.
that guy having head gasket problems is not normal. He overheated it or something because he's using water. He got the engine hot somehow.
So warped or something.
They get the engine expanded and it's overheated real bad. It's got to have a bad overheating problem.
So after it atomizes, the fuel atomizes, could it ignite the pooling fuel, or will that not ignite
No,
whatsoever?
once it gets burning, then the whole thing can catch on fire.
Okay.
It'll only ignite the fuel that.
But the fuel is sitting in a pool. If it's subject to flames and heat, and that'll start to vaporize.
So it'll start vaporizing, start heating up
it'll keep burning.
Okay.
Once it gets started.
So once it starts fuming because of the heat kind of evaporating into the ether and all that, that could ignite and kind of
Well,
be
it's
a
like jet engines. I don't know a lot about jet engine. It has a heat chamber in it, and if you hear jet engine start, you can hear the spark tick 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 tick.
That's the
Igniter.
Yeah.
Till it ignites it, and that's why they have such a big opening in the front of a jet engine, and a little one at the back.
I let it play out a little bit more for our special guests so they can enjoy this nice little soundtrack we have going on for them. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Motor Slinger Show right here on the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have Leon, the Motorman Kaplan. We have the Air King, George, over here. He got promoted, I guess.
I guess so.
It was really cool. But ladies and gentlemen, continue the calls. Leon, go ahead and before we get our gunslinger on, let's go ahead and get that number out there.
Well, the numbers are 866-870-5752. I knew it, George.
Love that. Look at that.
866-870-5752. Give us a call.
Yes, sir.
Love to hear from you.
Yeah, because everyone loves hearing from you right now. So this is a real treat for all of us. But let's jump right in to the gunslinger himself. Jeff, how you healing?
Hey,
Hello, Jeff.
I'm doing it. Hey, guys, how's everybody there?
We're doing good. We're missing you.
Well, thank you. It's killing me not to be there because, to be honest with you, I just about feel good enough I could have been there, but we don't have enough room in that studio.
Ah,
Discretion being the better part of valor, I decided to stay home.
we are missing you here. I talked to Big Wave Dave. He's sending all the prayers and had all the nice things to say about you and how much he enjoys the show and what you do. So just want to make sure I put that out there.
Dave's a good guy. Tell him I said thanks when you see him.
Yes, sir.
The one thing you guys keep forgetting, nobody's talking about weed whackers. What's going on here?
Oh, you got me. Weed whackers? Oh, we'll jump.
If it flies, floats, or whacks weeds.
In our second hour, we'll go ahead and make sure we jump right into that.
So
I always did on my show. If it hums, purrs, or moves people, I love to talk about it. And so it got to the point where sometimes people would call in. Well, you talk about everything: cars, boats, airplanes, weed whackers, lawnmowers.
If it's got
Thanks,
an
Jeff,
engine,
for
right?
reminding me of that.
You bet. I got a couple of quick. I'm going to be back next week. I think I said that already. And Leon, I got a car question for you, and then I'm going to let you guys get back to it. But I just picked up a 1961 Ford Galaxy police car from North Carolina. Now here's my question. Do I need to check the back of it for your initials?
Does it have a whiskey tank in it? No, bootlegger tank. Now leave it at that.
Original stock car.
Coming from North Carolina, there was bootleggers around. I mean, I never did it, but I mean,
which side of the lights were you on?
No, nothing could catch us. Well, I mean, catch
those guys.
Yeah, those guys.
Them.
Both of them.
Leon had nothing. I think you're past the time where you're not guilty anymore. But anyway,
Statute of
that's a
limitations.
heavy-duty car. Yeah. That's got heavy-duty wheels. It's a police interceptor. That's got the heavy-duty brakes. Everything heavy-duty chassis on that. I had a friend of mine tell me the other day they had one of those. They put a truck body on it, and they put a Chevy Corvette engine in it, used a chassis, and put a Chevy motor in it, a new Corvette engine, and an old 1950 Ford body on it.
Woo!
Wow.
Because the body's so tough, they said.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, what motor would have this come with original in 1961?
61 probably wouldn't be very big, not a big 400, maybe a 400, but they usually heavy-duty cooling system and things of this nature. They were not made for speed. That's a very heavy car.
Okay.
And they were not made for speed. That's why the highway patrol didn't use them.
Yeah, this one has a 352, so it's probably an aftermarket motor, I'm assuming.
Well, 352 is probably the right one. That's the early engine. It's a heavy duty engine. I mean, a big engine, not necessarily a heavy duty so much. It's a very heavy engine.
Okay.
352.
Well,
that was very popular.
When I finally got home and was able to stay home, we went out and started it, and man, it just purrs. I'm so happy with this thing. It just really cruises along.
Yeah, 352 were good motors. They were good in trucks, everything.
Yeah, I've got the schematics to make the Mayberry Sheriff. I'm going to have them made out of magnetics to put on the door, so nice. I cruise around. I just got to find me a Barney, and I'm ready to go.
I can do it. How y'all doing?
Got that bullet in your top left pocket, baby.
Hey, Jeff. Everyone online they're all sending all their well wishes. You got Ricky and Doug and Melissa on there, Tom, everyone. They're all rooting for you, all pulling for you, and we want to make sure that everyone in this studio and our neighboring studios are all thinking about you.
Hey, and Jeff, it's really great to hear your voice, buddy.
Thanks, George. I appreciate it. I got to tell you, there was a couple of times there where I wasn't sure you guys were going to. I'll explain that next week. But it got a little hairy. We had to have 911 come to the house, and I got taken away in an ambulance, and it was a little scary there for a bit. Imagine waking up, looking at the ceiling of your bathroom, and 5 guys staring down at you.
Not again. I'm not going to imagine that again.
Well, Jeff, now that you've ridden in the back of an ambulance, you probably want to get one and drive one of those puppies, don't you?
I was just thinking.
Yeah, but you know me, George. But if I'm going to do it, it's going to have to be the Ghostbusters one or something. I can't just get an ambulance. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be back next week. You guys, Leon and George, I sure appreciate you guys sitting in for me this week.
Our pleasure.
And hopefully we'll have you back before the end of the year, and we'll do one with me there again. And other than that, that's pretty much all I got. You guys have
Look
a good
forward
time,
to it.
Everybody, make sure you call in and say hey to Leon and George. All right,
Jeff, good talking to you, buddy.
Put me on.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll talk to you guys soon.
God bless you, Jeff. Always good to hear you.
Good night, Jeff.
Can't wait to have you back
Bye-bye.
in.
Bye.
Bye.
That's the man, the
that is
gunslinger himself.
The gunslinger himself, giving us a courtesy call, making sure he's stopping in to say hi to our
We were
motor
just
man
checking to see
here.
if George and I were here.
Oh, he's like, I haven't heard from them yet. Why, they haven't texted me or called me to let me upstairs. No, we're again, folks, don't stop praying. Prayer works. Everyone knows that.
Prayer does work.
And so let's keep our well wishes, our prayers going out to Jeff. If you know any of his handles online or anything, go make sure you let him know that you're praying for him and you're pulling for him, and we will have him back in studio next week. Do you guys have anything? We have another call ready for you. It says Roy has planes on the mind, so let's jump in there. Roy, what is going on tonight?
Hey guys, how you doing there, Motorslinger and George?
We're doing great, Ray. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Roy.
Good.
Roy.
So first thing is, Motorslinger, I'm asking about a Bronco. I've got a Ford Bronco in '92, 302, and the thing has two crazy problems. One was, and I don't know, I'm going to tell you what was finally told to me. The wheel was over torqued on the left rear wheel, and it popped out of the axle sleeve by some hoods a long time ago. I didn't drive it for 10 years. It's one of the 5 vehicles I have. Didn't drive it. Fixed it. The axle was never broken. But I hadn't driven it for, let's say, 8-9 years. Restored the motor, did everything. The car was fine. Driving down the road, and it happened again. And a friend of mine reminded me that on a Ford, like 92s, there's something weird with the chassis on all those chassis. Like they couldn't handle a load. And I didn't really have a heavy load, but he's trying to say that the leaf springs would buckle. Is that something, or tear on the mount, which would cause the left rear, the body to drop down on it? The shock's in place. It's intact, and it looks like the leaf spring's in place. I can't see a hairline crack, but that's what happened, and it's driving me nuts. And I kind of like, well, if I go through this crap again, I don't want to. Nobody's giving me an answer. So either it could be that, or would you think it'd be a torqued frame, or what could it be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, but if it's just sagging, you've got bad spring or something of this nature. But I haven't heard any problem with the Broncos.
Yeah, no, it's not sagging. It's just it's driving on the road. It dropped and collapsed onto the tire twice. One time the wheel popped out. This time it just collapsed the whole body onto the tire.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, he's saying that you're saying there's no crack in the frame or in your suspension and all that, but
I can see, unless it's a hairline crack somewhere.
The body is collapsing down on
with it. It's always been highway miles. So,
Well, body's crack. I'd get that taken care of. I'd have that welded up.
Yeah. I don't even know where to even begin to look, because I've looked all of this. I'm thinking, on the chassis especially, and nothing looks like there's a hairline crack of any kind or a large crack. So it's kind of one of these just.
Well, if you can't see it, how do you know you have a crack?
I thought of everything else it could be. The shock is in place. The springs are in place. There's nothing weird. They're not sagging at all. And it just seems that everything looks like to the opposite side when you take the wheels off on both sides, have it jacked up on a donut gear. It looks identical. So anyway, I just thought if you've ever heard of anything, maybe you might have a
shock. It's got to be shock or spring, right?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I apologize, but it's not clear what you're telling me.
I'm sorry about that, and maybe I'll figure it out beforehand, and I'll get back to you next time you're on. But
Okay.
it's one of these things I deal with. Every 3 or 4 months I look at it because it's a fifth car, and I kind of go, what the hell? And other than that, it runs like a top.
Yeah, next time, give us a call there, and then use a different phone because your phone sometimes is
I'm
not.
sorry about that, Leon.
And thanks for the call.
Thank you very much, guys.
No, thank you, Roy. Thank you for the call. Yeah, once you kind of get that figured out, what's going on there, you get a little more tuned in with George.
We'll do that. Next time I'll ask George something about an amphibious aircraft.
All right.
Anyway, we'll talk about that later. I'll let you guys go.
Yeah.
Great one.
Thank
My
you,
best to
Roy.
Jeff.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, so, the next time he kind of gets it
Well, he had a bad phone, and
a lot of wind in there.
yeah, and I think he was moving around on the phone, so I didn't understand where the crack was. Said he saw the crack, but then he didn't know where it was at.
Did he say anything about getting up on a lift and looking underneath from?
Says he saw the crack one time, I think.
The body was collapsing down onto the wheel.
Yeah.
Which has got to be, what, a collapsed spring or a collapsed shock? Or
If it was doing that.
I would think you'd see the crack.
Oh, God.
And it sounded like it wasn't happening initially. It sounded like he was going a bit, and it would happen all of a sudden.
Well, with a 302, it wasn't too much torque. I'm pretty sure of that.
So, yeah, Roy, once you go ahead and figure that out, go ahead and give us back a call when Leon and George are both back in, and we'll try to walk you through anything we can on this side. But
I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
There was
please.
some online stuff that I wanted to make sure that we got to because some of this is pretty good stuff. Base says, with the cop car, Jeff can now write his own speeding tickets.
True that.
I like that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up on another break. Leon, what's that number once again?
That number is 866-870-5752.
Yeah.
866-870-5752.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into the Motor Slingers over on the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network, and we're going to be back right after this.
I didn't understand a word he was saying.
Yeah, only every other word or something, and it sounded like occasionally the
Left wheel, but when I take the right wheel off, I couldn't follow him.
Yeah, I think it was. I think he had a lot to say and was trying to shove
His
it all
phone
in
was
there.
like he was on a phone and not speaking into it. Are we still hot?
No, you're good. I think the people online can hear us, but we're not on air. So, but no, that's fine.
So my station that I worked at, I had a foot throttle. Answers question, boom, next caller.
Yes.
It goes on and on. You shouldn't have him take that much airtime.
Yes, sir. I'll stay on top of
Especially if you
that.
got a lot of calls. If you don't have a lot of calls, then
Let him run a little.
sure.
Yeah, we got another one online, and I wish, especially because I wanted him to get out what he had to say and see if you could help, but it sounded like we weren't reaching
right
it.
wheel, left wheel.
Chassis, no
The
crack.
left wheel had come off and screwed up the axle
Oh,
shim or
here we
something.
go.
Oh, here we are.
Sure, great. I love this
I think it
kid.
was setting the pace. I'm here to say it's true because I was driving that Model A.
Woo!
Really souped up and look like a pup.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep your engines rev because we are here. The Motor Slingers are back on the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network. And we have Leon the Motorman Kaplan. We have the Airman George over here. The Professor Mark sitting right across from me. So if you have anything, any questions, any comments due to anything that moves people, as Leon likes to say, if it hums, it purrs, if it moves people, call in.
Or wax weeds.
Or wax weeds. Or if it goes bang, we are here for all your needs. Let's get that number out there one more time.
866-870-5752. Again, that's 866-870-5752.
Wonderful. Look at that, folks. Yes, it's a special night, the post-Halloween. So you got all your spookiness out of you. come and get comfortable right next to your radio dial, online over on YouTube, Facebook, X and Rumble. Make sure you're sitting. We see a bunch of comments in there. Kirk's on there, Old Bark and Bass, Melissa, Doug, and our biggest friends and family out there. Because I know Leon says he doesn't have any fans, he doesn't have listeners. He's got family out there, and that's what you folks are. And you guys are making this family even bigger. So. It looks like we have some calls in again. You guys ready?
You bet.
Yeah, leave on.
Let's go. Michael over in Whittier, 1989 Camry. Ooh, nice. What's going on tonight?
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
Good evening, Michael. What's going on tonight?
I used to listen to Leon all the time in the morning, and I never had a kind of a reason to call. I've to be honest, I'm not handy with a wrench. So I've got an 89 Camry, and it's still going strong. The wife uses it as her daily driver to work.
It's a nice car.
And the problem is that automatic seatbelt has finally kindly started to act up and give us problems.
And that's hard. When you say automatic, what's the problem?
It's that automatic shoulder belt. It has kind of locked itself forward. You know, when you close the door and the seatbelt comes back over your shoulder.
Right.
So it's locked forward.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Is there some way, I don't know what to get into, to basically just, we want the seatbelt to lock to the rear. She can get in and work her way under it. But it sits in that forward position, and I have no idea how to get it back. The passenger side still seems to work great.
That works with the automatic?
Yeah.
It tightens up when you close the door?
Yeah, the tension's it's still fine on the passenger side, but the forward side it has, you close the door and that little motor pulls it back over your shoulder,
right,
and it stops.
Well, I think that's got a track up in the top half of the door that brings it around. And
yeah,
and
is there a sensor or a switch or something I can short or? I don't know if it's some kind of actuator or...
Well, it is an actuator in there. There's no doubt about it, but it's electronic. And here's the problem. It's electronic, and it's been used so much, especially the driver's door. The driver's side always gets used the most.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
and so I'd take it to maybe an electrical guy and see if he could do it, because you could replace the motor in there. That can be replaced.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if there was something,
Well, it's going to be hard to get parts for it, but you could get...
Exactly.
It's a lot of used parts out there for it. So you could get a wrecking yard. I mean, somebody who's working on the car, works on an old car, technician. I mean, I've worked on many of them. You can just get a part for it and put it back in, and your problem solved. It just gets used so much on that
For
side.
the era, that was a pretty popular car.
Right.
So hopefully,
very popular car.
So the best bet is to take it to an electrician.
What was that?
The best bet would be to take it to an electrician?
Yeah, take it to any repair shop, especially specialized in electrical work, where they'd get the motor. You just get the motor, fix it, and your problem solved.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay. I didn't know, just taking it to a regular mechanic, but I'll look for...
Well, some mechanics that does electrical. There's certain mechanics that like heavy-duty work. In my shop, I did everything. Mm-hmm. But there's people who specialize in electric, little things like that. They'd be glad to take care of it.
All right. How was that, Michael?
That works for me. Thanks.
Simple problem.
Yeah, there you go. Look at simple answers, simple problems. Thank you, Michael. God bless you. Thanks for calling in.
Night.
You too. Let's keep jumping into it. Let's keep
it going.
I have Robert in Sherman Oaks. What's going on, friend?
How are you guys, Jimmy, Mark, Leon, and George?
Hey, Robert.
I have a question for Leon, but I was in Bangkok, Thailand last week, and I sat there and watched you guys. And Mark responded to me like, "Hey, you're in Thailand."
Oh
wow!
So I'm a loyal follower on vacation at the pool, the pool on the roof. I was watching you guys.
It.
That's
Thanks,
pretty
Robert.
cool.
I love it that you travel with us. You keep us with you when you travel.
Of course, I need some insanity. So hey, Leon, hey, it's all good, and it's interesting. YouTube didn't work. I texted Jeff. He responded. He's always working on the couch, and he's like, "Go try Rumble." So he's in my prayers. Leon, I have a CJ5, 1980 CJ5 inline 6.
Jeep, yes, inline 6.
Jeep. And we realized the motor mount, the front motor mounts on the passenger side are completely jacked. I am not a super mechanic, but I am kind of, pretty handy. Is that something that I can do myself?
Well, put motor mounts on is tough because you got the weight of the engine sitting on the mounts, and you got to jack the engine up, loosen it up, jack the engine up to take it off, and you can get hurt if you don't know what you're doing.
Okay. This would be a first, and I'm like, I live in the valley. It's 100, it's 100-mile tow back. I'm like, my buddy and I attempt this?
Well, what's wrong with the mount? Tell me what's happening with the mount.
Well, it looks like because we drive it in low. We go up. We have it's mountains. terrain.
Off road. You do some off road in it.
It completely looks like it's crushed and something. It's all twisted up. And to the point where we noticed this is when we were changing the oil filter on the passenger side. You could not. The motor mount is stuck against the oil filter.
What do you mean? I don't know if I was stuck again. You mean the motor mounts, the two motor mounts on the side of the engine? Is that correct?
Right. The driver's side and the passenger.
That's correct. There's two of them.
The passenger side has the oil filter, and we were changing the oil filter, and it was the motor mount. It was up against the oil filter. So
the engine is sagging down. Yeah. You've got the rubber has been deteriorated in the mount. So you can replace that. But it needs to be, somebody's got to jack the engine up. It's got to be special to raise the engine up and unbolt that and then put a new mount in there.
Right. And I've watched something on YouTube and let's sit there and put underneath the oil pan. And I'm like, I don't know if that's right.
Well, if you jack up the oil pan, you got to be very careful. Most people do that and it damages the oil pan. So,
is this something, honestly, you are the god of cars. Is this something that's okay, just bring it back to the valley and just.
If you got a jack, do you have a portable floor jack? I say a floor jack.
Oh yeah, we have all that.
All right, you put a floor jack, get a board that's the size of the oil pan, and so the oil pan will be supported by everything. It won't be by just a jack putting a nice hole in the oil pan. So put a board on top of the jack and then loosen the bolts on the mount and then jack the engine. The engine will slowly raise up. Then you can undo the mount and then put a new mount in, and you're home free.
Leon, would you suggest getting both mounts replaced?
Yeah, I would do that. Thank you.
Yeah. And then we do both. We'll do both. But this was just something where I was at my buddy's place in Illinois, and I took the Ranger and dumped it into the lake, and that took me 3 days. I changed the starter, trained all the fluids, so I really got hands on the mechanic stuff. And I'm like, I think we could do this, but
you can do it. It's not brain surgery. A lot of technical stuff here. You just got. Actually, I would loose both motor mounts, jack the engine up, and then replace both mounts. Do it.
What about the mounts on the other in the back transmission mount?
Transmission it does, but that's another area. That's in the back. So let's do the front motor mounts first.
One thing at a time.
Right.
So basically, support it, unloosen them all, lift it up a little bit, and replace them.
When you do the back mount, then you can put a board and a jack underneath the transmission oil pan, and then jack the back. And it's only one mount in the back, I think, on that one.
Right. Okay. My question was that I'm not I'm not all thumbs. I can figure stuff out. Is that I could?
It's not brain surgery. No. That's only
it's not
4
brain
bolts.
surgery. So I think we could do this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You can do it.
All right.
I appreciate all of you, and God bless and Jeff's in our prayers, and you guys are awesome.
Thank you so much,
I will be calling
Robert.
you guys next week.
All right.
You got to let us know how it goes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I will.
Good hearing from you, Robert. We're about to hit the break right now, but thanks for the call. We appreciate
Just
it.
in case, put me in your will, would you, before you
I was going to say, calling this Captain Hook.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Motor Slingers on the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network. Let's get that number one more time before we go to our long
That
break.
number is 866-870-5752.
Leon, was that 866-870-5752?
George, you got it right
Look at
on the
that.
money. By memory, George did
Amazing.
that.
Teamwork,
Amazing.
making the dream
guys.
work. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after this.
Taking the act on the road, baby.
I love it. Dynamic
I made
duo
my
over
first
here.
mistake of the day. I changed all my clocks.
Except your watch.
And I looked, I said, God, the show's over with.
This went fast.
This is the best 2 hours I've ever heard.
Oh, boy.
You need to get an automatic watch, Leon.
Right?
Means I got to do all my
Sync to your
watches.
computers, everybody else, No, mine's an old-fashioned one, too. In fact, this watch has combat time. That's why I had in Vietnam.
I don't know whether the mics are hot
Different
or not.
band and different glass.
Who's the maker?
Seiko. It was the first year they made these self-line. And I was sitting in the bar about 6 months ago, just got this thing cleaned up, and he didn't know me. And he said, "Is that a Seiko?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What year?" I said, 1967. "Really?" He said, "Is that the first year they had the self-line?" I said, "Really?" He said, "How long have you had it?" Since 1967.
I think you got your money's worth out of that.
Yes, sure
kid.
did. And I bought it because when I first got into the country, my issued watch had failed. It was a Hamilton, and it just quit. So when I got to my base camp, where I was going to be operating out, they had a small PX there. I went in there, and
They had one.
had the watch. They had a couple, and that was pretty nice. I got that one.
Good
So,
choice.
Got a new band, of course, and a new face. I mean, a crystal, but
Considering the heat and the humidity and the pressure to which that thing is exposed.
well, not so much pressure. We were low level. I wasn't up. I was playing low level stuff.
On my show,
But a bad environment. The jungle, the dust, the dirt.
we have a screener and wouldn't let them use the cell phone. Try to use a landline, and everything was nice and clear.
Well, you can't do that these days.
Boy, I've never-
Everybody
Nobody has a
the
hard
phone.
line
No,
anymore.
Everybody has the phone. Some of them is clear, but if it's not clear,
Well, it depends on how, where he's talking from and how he's
the
holding it.
screener would determine that. See?
Well, yeah, you could probably get rid of some of the bad ones, but there again, you don't want to.
He was also putting out a lot of words
Yeah.
in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, it was not very clear. Yeah.
I'm here in the mountains.
Well, some people get long-winded and it's just not making sense, and you want to
That's
get to the next
exactly
caller and
right,
the next
yeah.
caller.
That's the voice of experience talking. We're still getting this sorted out.
44 years of talking.
Man,
I did a fast pace, boom, 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 boom,
Oh, yeah, 1,000 callers.
and just
It was good hearing Jeff. He sounded real
he
good.
did sound good, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, it's good to hear him say he's going to be here next week too. That's pretty good recovery.
I told him not to push it. Guy's had his chest ripped open. I'm
That's-
surprised he's walking 4 miles. The doctor usually tell you not to do
Don't push
that.
it. Jeff isn't the guy you can say no to.
It's gotta be
with a great
healing.
deal of success.
Exactly.
Anybody need anything? I'm gonna go freshen my water.
Good.
You guys need anything?
Thank you much.
Y'all set?
I'm good.
Thank you, sir. I'm very good. Guys having fun?
Absolutely.
Having fun?
Everything sound okay?
Oh, you sound great. I love it that these are all we have Weed Whacker call, 2003 Camry call now. So we got calls coming up. So you got
Well, the problem-
Weed whacker call?
yeah. This
The
is
problem is your time slot is not the best time slot.
it's
But you got people having dinner, dinner, talking to family. Like early in the morning, Sunday mornings, any show in the morning, people, are at home.
they have the time.
A lot of people are not. I mean, it's a good time slot. But a lot of people are busy doing things, family-oriented things, kids there. It's just a lot going on at 7 to 9 in a family.
Yeah, radio prime time is much different from TV prime time.
Prime time is when people there. That's why it's.
But
I was on prime time, and so it was good, 8 to 11, and it was Sunday morning, especially Sunday mornings. I called it Sunday services.
Yeah, you have that pre or post service church crowd, and they come on in.
I go on, not bragging, but I call it Sunday service. By the time I did my intro, all the phones lit up.
Oh, yeah.
They were all lit. And I'd go through them, boom, boom. But you guys, it's a specialty show, too, so...
We have a very loyal fan base that stay on, and then we extend it when you guys are on. We have a lot of calls on that. This is wonderful.
Yeah, that guy Mark in Woodland Hills calls in every time we're on the air.
Yeah. Mark, he's a normal. I have Sean from Covina is one of our regulars that he's been waiting for you guys to be on. It looks like we have a Dave and Tommy up there, Gregory from LA. So we're stacked. So we're gonna jump right into them because everyone. I'm telling you, my favorite show because it's a never dull moment when you boys are in. I love it. Thank you so much. No, thank you.
Probably going out over the air.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I hope you guys can hear how much I gush over these gentlemen. I get to sit around a couple of legends over here. As a kid, it was always my dream to be on the radio. I didn't want to be on TV or anything like that. I wanted to be on the radio. And so...
I miss my motorcycle riding. I do that. I had to sell
Still have both of them?
I had to sell all of my motorcycles. So I had the stents put in, take heavy blood thinner. The doctor says, well, you get hurt. It's done.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Motor Slingers on your Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network. And we are in our second
packed hour. And there's real horsepower here on our second packed hour.
Here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have a bunch of calls right now, but we're going to be jumping in right in. But I want to get that phone number again. I want everyone to be able to flood these lines, get these guys the questions and the answers they need.
866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752.
Look at that in tandem, ladies and gentlemen. But we're going to jump right into it already. Come on, folks. I have Tommy over there in San Jose. Got a weed whacker question.
Ooh. There we go.
Tommy, what's going on tonight?
Oh, well, I heard you guys mention weed whackers.
Yes, sir.
So
that's a saying.
I got, unfortunately, a couple of stills, two-stroke, that seems like, I guess, the diaphragm and the carb have gone out, from, I guess, the regular 10% ethanol gas we have in California. Right. I don't know, one of them, my first one, I had for 10 years, and everything was fine. And I generally, sometimes I left it with gas in when I wasn't using it, and sometimes it was dry.
That's a problem.
10 years, and then basically it started this thing that I'm assuming that it's a bad diaphragm where you go to start it and it'll basically just barely catch and not really want to run. It'll just barely.
You probably do have that a bad.
The second you give it any throttle, it dies.
All right.
So I had to I'd never taken apart one of those carburetors to try and replace a diaphragm, so
it's not
I borrowed a friend, and now the same things happen to that after like about a year and a half.
Right,
well, when it sits a long time with the gasoline today, that's what's good about using avgas. don't
That's
spoil.
what my neighbor said. He said he doesn't take a chance. He uses aviation gas.
But The way diesel two-stroke engines, see, there's really a carburetor. There's no valves. The carburetor is at the end of the engine, in the back of the engine. If you look at the two-stroke engine, the cylinder spark plugs, I'm talking to Mark here, spark plugs are front, but the carburetor is back here.
Right.
And the crankcase builds up its own pressure and forces the fuel into the cylinders on two-stroke motors. It's really a sort of a simple way to build an engine, but they work.
Hey.
On my motorcycle, when I was racing dirt bikes,
No cams, no valves.
Yeah. And so it sounds like there's a carburetor problem.
And I'm hearing that there's diaphragms in there, and they don't like the
diaphragms,
the ethanol, mixed gas in that we have, like in California.
That is correct. That is correct.
So my question is, if I go and get down and replace one, are there diaphragms that are made of a material that will withstand the ethanol?
Yeah, the newer ones, I don't know that it'll withstand, but you could if you're going to let it sit for a long time, a two-stroke motor, and just let it sit, because you mix an oil with the gas on a two-stroke. It's not just plain gas. You got oil in that as well. And that's the problem. You got oil and gas mixed together, and then it gets sludgy, and then the diaphragms go bad. When you get a carburetor kit, it'll come with a new diaphragm and all of that, and you'll be okay.
All right.
So the best procedure is to always run it dry when you're not going to use it.
It's a good idea, or keep plenty of fuel in it. And try to keep it in a dry place, or maybe start it up. The best thing to do is start it up occasionally. Go out there when you got nothing to do on a Sunday morning.
Just spark her up, right?
No.
Make sure she's running good. Come on.
No. But that's the problem. We got oil with the gas.
All right, Tommy.
So anyway, there's no special brand of
supposedly there's an old saying, and it's still used, white gas. It used to be a problem, or we used to white gas. And if you can find a gas station, all lawnmower engines and things of this nature used white gas. And if you can find, I don't know anybody that sells it, but when I worked on all the small engines and stuff over the years, we used white gas. You could go, some gas stations had white gas, and that cured that problem, especially with two-stroke motors, because two-stroke has the oil mixed in with it. Motorcycles then had a separate oil tank, and it mixed it in at the carburetors. That's another story there. But you mix the oil with the gas in that.
Right. Yeah, I've had oil injection motorcycles setups.
That's different.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I guess I'll have to do some carburetor.
It's not a big job. It's
do the rebuild and try a camping store, because a lot of camp stoves use white gas.
There we go.
That's right. It's good for all cooking stoves, white gas.
There we go. Thanks, Tommy. Thanks,
buddy. Yeah, on your buddy's 61 Ford.
Yeah,
I know a little about those, and you could get police cars all the way from in that year, and most years, all the way from 6-cylinder to the hottest V8. And in 61, the hottest V8 would be the 390 Interceptor.
390, yes.
It was 360 horse. They had one even hotter, but the police one was kind of special. It was 360 horse with the cast iron shorty headers, and still using an Autolite 4100 carburetor.
Still would not run a bootlegger.
All right,
sounds
Tommy.
like first-person knowledge.
You know what, Tommy? We got a bunch of calls waiting for these gentlemen. We're going to let you go now. Thank you. God bless you. Thanks for the call. Great call again.
Is that our first Weed Whacker call?
Tonight.
Tonight.
You know what? We're going to make sure we get these all off. You know what? Give me the number one more time since we have an open line.
866-870-5752. Again, 866-575752. I have to do it twice because I got an accent, they tell me. I don't think I have an accent.
It's appreciated on this side. So
But you know, I never had an accent till I came to California.
all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm the one who sounds different. No. All right, let's jump right in. We got Dave over in Whittier. What's going on, friend?
Hey, you guys. So I'd like to ask the guest, would you like to hear about the background of the car or the problem first?
Let's go ahead and
let's
jump right into the problem.
Okay, it's I obtained the car. It's a 2003 Toyota 6-cylinder Camry from a good friend's mother who was a college professor, and she didn't drive it very much. I received it at 63,000 miles. It now has 67,000 miils. I got it in 2000, I believe, 67,000 miles on this car. It's a great car, but what has happened is that I took it in for a noise problem in the front. Turns out I was told rods in the front need to be replaced, and also the struts. So what happened, I got the struts and the rods replaced. Cost me a total of $6,500.
You talking about the struts? I want to follow you. You talking about the shock absorber struts?
The struts, as they were explained to me, the assembly of the entire struts, front and back, were replaced with the springs.
Okay, struts.
Assembly,
I just want to understand. Okay, that's a shock,
Right,
same as shock absorbers.
Right, so not individually, but the entire assembly. Okay,
It comes as a complete assembly.
Right, so I got the car back, and the ride is way worse than when I took it in. Every bump, everything, and it's miserable. And so I checked into prices. I dropped by another shop and asked his advice on it. Told me KYB struts would be the next step down from Toyota. I checked in the price of Toyotas, and it's like I would have to pay $2,000 more than what I paid for them now to get Toyota struts, okay, and then to have the guys who replace these and put Monroe struts in them, but the KYB around the same price as I even paid for it.
Monroe's are good shocks. So far, all the ones you mentioned are good shocks.
Are they the right shocks?
Right. So here's the problem. Here's the problem.
What is the problem?
Toyota would be great to get to have these guys over there who did this said they would replace them at no cost, right? But no labor. They would replace them. They'd take care of it. But I did a little research. Toyota would be the best to get, but they're $2,000 more than what I already paid. Then I found out that the KYB struts that these guys recommend over at the other shop, those are struts that you put in like a sports car, and they're going to be a little harder ride. So why in the world would I put those in here when I want the better ride that I had before?
Right.
And it's worse now than what it was when this shop replaced these.
So your ride is worse. I was getting ready to ask, what's the problem? So it's the ride.
It's worse.
The ride.
is
So they
worse
put
than
heavy
before
duty shocks on you. You were so used to older shocks that it was so smooth.
Yep.
You know, shocks are a safety item. Shocks are not really designed for the ride, although it affects the ride. The purpose of a shock absorber is safety purposes only. It's to keep the wheels on the road at all the time. When you hit a bump, the tire don't like to leave the road, so it tries to keep the tires on the road at all times. So you can get a lighter shock, I would imagine, but that seems like the ones they put on there. Were they Toyota shocks they put on?
No, they put in Monroe, but then after I found out that ride is worse, I did some research and I thought maybe I'd like to have them just take these out and put Toyota in there, but they're $2,000 more than what I've already paid. And I feel like if I keep the car this way, man, screws are going to start coming out of the car. Things are going to start loosening up in the car because the ride's so bad. And
well, why did you change the shocks? There was a reason that you changed them, Morgan. You know, was it too soft to ride?
Well, when I took it in to Pep Boys to have them check the front end noise, they said the rods in the front, the bars needed in the front end needed to be replaced, as well as struts. So I went over to the guys that I have been seeing for years in 2000. I have them do the work, and the ride's worse than before I had anything done.
Okay. So what would you recommend if he's just feeling uncomfortable with these shocks and struts? Just because we're coming up on a break right now, we have a minute left, and I just want to see maybe we can continue on after the break. But
is there something that you would recommend besides KYB?
Well, yeah, but it's still a big job to change those because they're complete. You get the spring, the shock absorber, the whole thing, all in one unit.
These guys said they would do this. They would redo it. But I'd want to get the right ones in.
I'd put the original Toyota shocks and forget. Maybe they put heavy duties on.
Right.
Put what came with the car. Now, you're still going to have a stiffer ride because you got used to the old shocks.
They don't have much wear on.
Right. Toyota's not going to make it much better.
It may not.
Toyota shocks.
No.
It may not.
Right.
Maybe give it some time to get these worn a bit, and you'll feel a little more comfortable in there.
Yeah, less stiff shocks.
Yeah.
Drop a little pressure out the tires.
Okay. Yeah, hey, there was a will, there's a way.
There you go. No.
Well, thank you, Dave. We'll try to talk maybe a little bit more after the break and all. But appreciate your call, brother. And if we can help you out more, and next time around, you give us a call and let us know if you got anything that changed. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right.
That call was shocking.
Oh, could barely absorb it all.
Oh, you're just strutting around after that one, aren't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Motor Slingers on the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network, and we're going to get to more of the calls. I got Sean, Kim, Greg, and Rick over in Ohio. We're going to get to you guys right after the break, so stay tuned.
Also complicated.
They've been holding on to these questions until you got on.
They're holding them for like 4 months.
They're not technical. They're just, I don't like to ride. No.
That's a tough one to diagnose.
I can't find the crack, but there's a crack.
Could the problem have been that he went to Pep Boys?
What's that?
Could the problem have been he went to Pep Boys to get the work done?
He took the advice. That was the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know of a lot of shops to go to, and Pep Boys doesn't rank up there in my top 5.
If he had a noise in the truck, he should have.
I think Pep Boys sold them a bill of goods.
Oh, yeah.
It says that
Based
some
on
part was
$1,500
broken.
price tag. Okay, I'm just curious.
Hey, Ryan, can you hear me?
Oh, tough questions tonight. My mind's going.
You're earning your money tonight, buddy.
Yeah, whatever we're paying you, we'll double it.
Usually when I like to explain what shocks do. See, most people think that it's just ride. Shocks are not for the ride, period.
No, they're a
Shocks
safety.
are a safety device, period. But it affects the ride. That's the reason. And if you got stiff shocks, the ride's stiffer. But the shocks are safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the Motor Slingers right here on the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network. We're going to jump right into calls because we're fully loaded. As soon as we get one off, we're going to get one back on. So let's go with Sean, our friend Sean in Covina. What is going on, Sean?
It's going good. Greetings to the Motor Slingers, and my best to Jeff and his recovery. I have 2 questions, probably 3, but I'll go first with Leon. Before I mention, the people in Whittier with Toyotas, go see our friends, the Japanese Motors at L&T in La Puente. Go see our old friends there.
L&T are one of the best around.
Hey.
Amy there, you can call Amy there at L&T Automotive, and they are one heck of a quality, top-rated shop. L&T, talk to Amy there.
You listening, Dave?
Yeah, Dave.
Good advice, man.
Yes, and the other guy from Whittier, too, with his Toyota. Anyway, I also have a 2020 Camry, and I just want to ask Leon a question. Now, I've had it for 5 years, and I heard that after 5 years, the radiator fluid gets acidic. So I guess I should be thinking about changing it, don't you think?
What fluid you talking about? Transmission fluid?
No, the radiator fluid.
How many miles is on the car? I highly recommend it.
28,000.
28,000?
But 5 years.
Oh, I'd definitely change it.
Okay, so I need to change it. Okay, thank you.
Have it flushed.
Now I have a... Okay, I'll make sure I'll
that way you get it all out. There's a difference between draining the radiator, then you still got the engine block. It's got more antifreeze in that than the radiator. Mm-hmm. So by flushing it, you get
new fluid.
All new fluid through the whole engine.
Okay, so I need to flush it. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, now I have a question for George.
Yes, sir.
George,
I'm all ears.
How did you get into flying vintage aircraft? Now, I built models, and I'm sure Mark built models of every World War II plane we could. How did you get into it? Please tell us that story.
Well, to make a long story not so boring, when I got out of the service and started flying civilian, where I was parked an airplane at the fixed base operator at Van Nuys Airport called ExecuFlight. There on that ramp was also a B-25 Mitchell bomber, and that was my favorite bomber model to put together when I was a kid. So I immediately got to know the owner of the airplane and the flight crew, and because of my ratings and possibility of being part of the crew, they invited me to come along on a couple of trips with them, and pretty soon I ended up on the right seat, the co-pilot seat, and eventually after a year or two I got over to the left seat and got the type rating, and spent about 20-some years flying around to air shows, accumulating about 1,000+ hours in 7 different B-25s.
Ooh, wow.
So the answer to your actual question, how did I get into it, is a matter of just luck and being curious. And walk up to the owner and say, "Hi, how you doing? Is that your airplane?"
Look at that. It just takes a little bit of some gumption to actually walk up to them and see what you can do.
That's the Doolittle Raider, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, you had another one? Yeah.
I have another question, and perhaps George can answer it in the break. Mark is just like me. He's all into World War II planes, and he's always dying to ask you questions, and he never does. So during the break, could you answer some of Mark's questions, because he loves the World War II planes just as much as I do.
Well, sure, we'll do whatever.
Definitely.
Happy to do that.
Sean.
Okay, don't be too shy, Mark, and ask him those questions.
Don't be timid over there, Mark. Thank you so much, Sean. Always great hearing from you, friend. God bless you.
God bless you all.
All right, I think we can get to one more. Actually, I'm going to jump over to Rick in Ohio. He's got a question about a P-38 Lightning. So we actually have a gun question up here, guys, on the Gunslingers. Hey, Rick, what's going on, brother?
Hey, just called to ask George if he knows much about the P-38 Lightning that was flown in World War II and how many are left flying.
Hey.
Well, yeah, actually that airplane was designed and in production before World War II broke out. And it was a very futuristic design by the Lockheed Corporation in Burbank. And it had twin Allison V-12s powering it with counter-rotating propellers, which was a novelty in those days. And the very successful during World War II, flown by mostly the U.S. and usually in not too many of the Brits flew it, but we had it in both the European and the Pacific theaters. So it was very well used in all the theaters and did very well.
I wanted to make sure I got to Rick because he's calling from Ohio. So
right.
I want to make sure we got him on before it got too late over there.
Do you know how many? Do you know if there's any flying P-38s left?
There are quite a few have been restored and flying. I'm going to guess the number offhand would probably be about, I'm going to say 24 maybe in the country. There's a couple in Europe that have been restored and flying. Red Bull Corporation has one, a beautiful one, bare metal. It's just gorgeous airplane. It's a good-looking design. I've always enjoyed the looks of the P-38. It just looks great. Yeah.
My father was in Italy with the 1st Armored Division, and the Germans told them that fork-tailed devil would get right in the foxhole with you.
Yeah, well, having the engines on the wing and the nose could be fully loaded up with guns, and you're firing right down the straight line of the gun target line sitting on the cockpit there.
Constant convergence.
As opposed to having the guns out on the wings. So it made a much more deadly attack airplane.
Oh, wow.
What type of guns did it have in the nose cone? I built a P-38 Lightning when I was a kid. You know, we all did.
Yeah, usually they had equipped with the 50 caliber, the M2 Browning automatic machine guns, and then they also have the 20 millimeter cannon involved also in the nose, which extra firepower and a much heavier projectile coming down range.
Okay.
Did you put some of those together as a model when you were a kid?
Oh yeah, had it all painted. Had the pilot painted and everything.
There you go.
Of course you did.
Well, thanks, Rick, for the call. I know you're out there and you're probably going to be tucking in pretty soon, but thanks for the call again.
And tell Jeff I said hello, and Don't push it too hard.
Oh, he is listening for you, so you can tell him yourself. Go ahead and let him know.
Thanks for the call,
will.
Rick. Good
Bye-bye.
talking to you.
Thanks, Rick.
Good talking to you guys.
Yeah, God bless you, sir. Well, we have a bunch of calls all waiting. I got Leo, Chris, Kim, and Greg all waiting further, but we have a minute left. Let's get that phone number all out there one more time.
866-870-5752.
Now, Leon, was that 866-870-5752?
Perfect, George. You said
So, ladies and gentlemen, after this long break, we're going to get right back into your calls. Go ahead and fill up those lines. Let's get these guys busy answering your questions. Thank you for tuning in to the Motor Slingers over on the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
Sean. Brewster Buffalo. Discuss.
I am trying to get through these calls. I'm trying not to be rude, but I'm trying to cut them off a little bit, just so we can. We have a lot of people just waiting to guys.
They're short.
Pretty much a biplane with the top wing removed.
It could be a
that
problem.
interwar.
You installed it.
Kind of like a
and tightened up everything too tight.
P-47.
Yeah.
You know,
Low wing and kind of a bulbous
doesn't
type
have
fuselage.
professional mechanic. I didn't say that.
Not very successful.
They have mechanics,
Except
but
in the hands of
They
the
have
Finns.
so-called
They
mechanics.
did very well with it. Yeah, that's all
Those
they had.
boys
So
are
there was no
closed.
choice. By the time
yeah,
they
they're
went to war,
closing
they
all
couldn't
over
get
the place.
anything newer than that.
Yeah, the one right down the street in
But they
Redlands.
did pretty well with it. Yeah.
They were right next to a 99 cents only store, and they both closed together. Felt like in tandem.
Boys that went out of business, I thought.
I
Years
think
ago.
Probably not, unless they, for some other reason. But I'm sure they were
trying to lighten it.
Well, remove the armor. That would be a big
Yeah, it's
deal.
difficult when some of
Maybe
these
they took-
calls are a little bit
they only had
long-winded,
like 40
and you have to go into so much,
They only
and
had
you have
40
so
guns
many
to
other
begin
calls. I don't want to be rude and
And
cut
I
them
don't
off.
understand
Two
them.
of the
A
four
lot
out.
of it just.
It doesn't have much firepower in that.
I hear okay.
I mean, they might.
I would like to get higher volume, but I mean, I hear them fine.
Anyway, all
It's just
stuff
some
I
of it don't
would
make
wear.
sense.
But I'm just like you said. You go to war with what you have.
Is your dial up all the way?
I got it all the way.
Okay. I'm having this is a bad connection over here too, so I'm not hearing the
They got
best.
it sold by another company. I don't think Brewster kept
That's interesting. I don't recall the name anywhere else. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I think it ends right there. So I think the company was acquired by or
If
merged
you
in
got
with
plenty of
somebody else.
calls, you should give out the
I
number.
believe.
Oh yeah,
Sure, but
we
that sounds
we have
way back
five
memory.
calls in the queue right
My
now.
father said the P-38 was the most.
I'm telling you, it's
aircraft.
when you guys are in, there ain't nothing like it.
And I said, well, you know, it's
Last
it's
week I was
beautiful.
listening to a show. You had a lot of
Interesting to
calls
look
at the end of
Beautiful.
the
He says,
show.
Yeah,
Those were
it's
the first
they've
ones
been,
that had
and especially
drop
the
tanks.
second hour.
Yeah.
that
It's
could
so hard to
escort us
get
all the
to
way
them all. It
Berlin
feels
and
like
back.
I'm trying to rush people
Believe me,
off.
when we looked up,
the
that
time
was the
slot.
most beautiful thing I ever saw.
Exactly right.
First
yeah.
hour, people
All
just
a
having
matter of
dinner,
perspective.
Right.
late,
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
And it's not good. Second hour, they finally all settling down.
But you've flown different B-25s.
Yeah.
Now, they made several models of that.
The most produced was the J model during World
Oh, if
War
I
II.
had another
But,
show, I'll
That
go
was the one with the
mornings,
upper turret
Sunday
closest
morning.
to the
Yeah.
They moved the tour.
It's a more
back to
regular
front to
crowd.
front,
Like
and
we
then
get
added the
bombarded
side
in the
guns.
second hour, like you were saying,
tail
because
gun.
people are kind of
busy.
So
Yeah.
J
Dinner.
model would have
it's prime time in people's
at
lives.
least one forward firing fixed gun in the
Question for
bombardier's compartment.
George and maybe Leon.
And then they had the turret was two more guns. Then you had two in the tail and one on either side.
Garwood Boats, Miss
you added up, you
America
had about
9
12
broke the
different machine
world
guns.
record.
That's, you know, a little
First
airplane.
A lot of firepower in a
boat
little
to
Almost the
break
same as a
100 miles an
B-17.
hour.
Right.
Twin engines look like Packard V12s.
But were they
They
30?
were
Airplane
Packard.
engines on them.
They were
All 50.
Packers.
They were.
First boat was mine.
They were all
That's hucking a lot of weight.
Oh yeah.
So you're okay,
A lot of
Greg.
firepower. Yeah.
Yeah, that first
Sir.
boat was Leon.
Went
So
over
yes.
100 miles an hour. All my boats were 100-mile-an-hour boats.
Woo! So I hope you heard that. I hope you guys can catch us on this. So yes, that Garwood boat, Miss America 9, broke the world record. First boat to break 100. Yes, those were Packards, right?
They had
And
Packard motors in them.
They were Leons. So
Flathead Packards.
You go 100 miles an hour in a boat, that is pretty badass.
That's fast.
I'm telling
If it
you.
were, especially in the old days, wooden boats. That depends on that one. That's fast.
that is super fast. Oh boy. In a wooden boat.
Well, it depends on the hull.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But yours was a wooden hull boat.
Oh, I didn't have wooden boats.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like 100 miles per hour, splinter machine, just
Right? Delaminating and
Wow.
Were those end plate engines?
I used to have drag races. And
Well,
I'd do 100.
The same
100.
engine that were in the PT boats. They had 3 in a PT boat. 3 Allison V12s. Liquid cooled.
They had
of
that
course.
boat at Havasu. It flipped, almost doing 300.
I'm just answering
The
for
news,
the
it
radio.
flipped over and 2
or
guys
for the,
lived in it.
online presence.
You've seen a couple of those videos where those
The guys
things.
in a
Twin
special
drive shafts
locked
turning twin
suit
propellers,
and
or
a
is it
capsule.
single drive.
You know.
On the PT boats.
This is regarding.
309.
Oops, sorry, Miss Garwood.
409.
Miss America.
Oh, 9.
So much stuff.
Giddy up, 409. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Motor Slingers right here on the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network. We are full on our lines right now, so we're going to jump right into another call so we can get some more calls in. Gregory from L.A., you got a question, friend?
Gunslingers, Leon. Also, this is for Mark, historian. I happen to be the direct descendant of a World War II combat veteran who was also affiliated with Lockheed and eventually their Skunk Works. I've asked him, when he was still with us, various historical aspects of Lockheed's early beginnings. There was a book that he got that did describe that Lockheed's beginning was for the brothers. They developed a biplane for the Navy for reconnaissance. They say that was kind of their beginning. The question I have is, where do they go? Where did they advance from, say, a biwing to, say, a monowing, and even to a retractable landing gear in their aircraft development?
That's a fair question, George. That'd be for you, right?
You got me a little on my one of my blind spots. I know a little bit about the Lock. They were pronounced. The name actually used to be pronounced Lockheed, as opposed to Lockheed. It was
that's right, Lough.
Yeah, but anyway,
right.
I don't remember the actually beginning of that corporation. I know they've been in Burbank pretty much the whole time, and all through the.
Well, originally, if I remember it correctly from the book that I read, they developed the biwing seaplane while they were in Seattle, Washington, and eventually they I guess relocated their operations into Burbank. So, but there's that time period between their time in Seattle to the time they eventually came to Southern California that I don't have any info on. I thought maybe you might have some insight on that.
Well, I know that some of the aircraft they built in the 30s was the Lockheed Vega.
Very famous.
And the Model 10, the Model 12, and of course that's what Amelia Earhart flew in a around the world effort in 1938, I guess it was.
The Electra.
The Electra, which is a beautiful airplane. There's a few of those still flying today, restored. So they went from the...
Is that the first aircraft that finally had retractable landing gear that Lockheed was built at that time?
I would guess that's probably correct. Yeah, I'm not for sure, but I know they built the original Vega was a tail dragger,
right?
High wing that Wiley Post flew.
Oh yeah, I remember. He and who's that? There was the what do you call it? At that time he was the satirist. And
Will Rogers.
They ended up crashing into a hillside. It was very tragic. Very tragic.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that those aircraft were built in Burbank. I could be wrong, but I believe they were down in Burbank by that time.
The Model 9 Orion was the first retractable landing gear.
Look at history.
There you go. There's our historian talking.
The professor coming through in the clutch. All right, Greg, was that your question tonight?
Thank you for your insight. I do appreciate it. I'll have to do a little more research, fill in some of the blanks that I have there. For a father that was a part of that, how can I say, the Skunk Works all the way through the Prop Divin era into the SR-71 era. There are a lot of things that he had to keep, for very, very top secret, except for his. They did declassify his involvement with the U2 program. He was involved in that. So it's amazing that did finally get declassified.
All right. When you figure out more on that, make sure you give us a call back and update us on all the things you're finding out. All right, brother?
All right, then. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the call.
Best to Jeff. Hope he's doing well.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Have a good night.
Fun call. You guys, we get to do a whole bunch of cool stuff when you guys are here.
I love it. And these phone calls have not stopped. But let's get the number out there another time. Come on, gents.
866-870. 5752.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Stereo, baby. Real quick, Eric Peterson says, there are radio-controlled boats that are 6 to 7 feet long that use weed whacker engines.
Hey, smart design. All right, let's
doing it all together.
Let's jump right back into them. Kim in San Diego, what is going on tonight?
Hello. Well, I have a question for George, and I'm hoping you can help me out. We have some friends in Alaska that we love dearly. We traveled up there to see them in every season except for winter. I cannot drive the 3.5 hours from Anchorage to their home in ice because I'm really afraid of that. But I'm also really afraid of flying in a smaller plane in Alaska. What can I do to get over that fear?
Well, drugs would probably help.
As long as you're not flying.
Actually, a very funny little story about that. Some years ago, a TV show called The Doctors with Jillian Michaels as the hostess hired me to take a patient up that was afraid of flying, and I took her up in a small Bonanza airplane out of Whiteman Airport. And between the professional assistance of the counselor and my expert flying, I didn't hurt anybody that day, that patient recovered and was able to go fly. So my suggestion is, have you been in a small plane recently?
I have been in small planes, and I'm not afraid. It's just the Alaska part of it.
Well,
location.
That's because the people that live in Alaska and fly for a living are so accustomed to the weather and the terrain in that country, that part of the country, that you're probably safer there than you would be flying with me down here in Southern California.
Oh, experience and location.
Home field advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I'll have to kind of rethink that and then understand that, yes, and they're not going to fly with me if they're not feeling comfortable flying that day. Hey.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you don't feel like doing anything, just don't do it. But you sound like such a sweet girl. I can't imagine you having a problem communicating with anybody, Kim.
Thank you so much.
Well, they also say
Mm-hmm.
flying is the safest way to travel. So,
not too many accidents up in the air, huh?
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And I agree that's probably true. When we were just there 2 months ago, a moose decided to jump out of a ditch and hit our car and total it. And so I believe that's probably true. There would be no flying moose, probably.
There will be no flying moose.
If there is a flying moose, let's talk about George and those drugs again.
Kim, it is always good to hear from you. I hope you and the mister are doing great out there, and thank you for the call tonight.
Thank you. Let me say one more thing to you, because this really hurts to say, but I have to say it. Congratulations to you Dodger fans.
Hey, go blue. World Series champs back to back, ladies and gentlemen.
How about tri-peating it?
Oh, let's get that three-peat going on. You guys out in San Diego, you guys can do your best. It's fine.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Care. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Thanks
Take
again.
care.
One more time, let's get that number out. We got a bunch of calls to get to, but I want to get us loaded
That's
up.
the same old number? That's 870?
No, George, no.
Help
Let's
me,
do it
Leon,
together.
Help me.
866.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. 870-5752. 870-5752.
All right,
Well done,
all right. I got, let's jump right back into him. Chris, over in Studio City, got a question about a smog test? Chris, are you there?
Hey, Chris.
Hi. Is it Leon?
Yes.
Oh, it's Leon. I got this problem I've had. I have this 1983 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme Brougham 6-cylinder. It's got 200,000 miles on it, and it's not passing the smog. And previously, the idle would be so low it would die on me. So my mechanic turned the idle up, but it still won't pass the smog. And he doesn't know how to fix it. He put a rebuilt computer in it, but nobody knows how to fix it. And
Well,
I'm just wondering
if it can't be fixed, you can go into the smog and you can get it bypassed. I mean, get a legal smog certificate, but you need to have it checked over. But it's impossible to fix, which I don't think it is. You just got to get it to the right person to fix it. It can be solved. That's not a bad. That's a nice engine and a nice car, even though it's older. But a few more years, you won't need a smog. I think 75.
It thinks no that they have a. That's what what's his name the stock show guy Jay Leno.
The Leno law.
You know, they just they're not going to, the government here, they're not going to give you
they have the state has a system where you can take the car there, you can ask the smog person, and they'll tell you which one's in your area, and you can take it there, and they can check it over, and they can issue a smog certificate.
Mm-hmm.
The state can.
Even if it's not working?
Yes. Yep. Even if they'll check it and see if it can't be repaired, they will issue a smog certificate.
All right, go ahead and make sure.
Check.
But
you should have it checked over. I don't know why it can't be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he took it to a smog place, and it was way out of tune. So
they're not mechanics there; they just do testing. But
no, he took it to the ones that fix it places too. But I don't.
Well, they should be able to test it. It's not that complicated.
I don't know. That's why I was calling you, because you know everything.
Yeah, so make sure.
I mean, it's either the car's so worn out, smoking and all this thing is one thing, but if it's running normal, it can be fixed. If it's running too rich, that can be solved, and all of these things.
A good mechanic can do that.
Yeah, mechanic can do that. A good qualified mechanic.
Yep.
Certainly.
So I should just call it the state.
But there are state control, state
referees.
Referees, that is correct.
There you go.
The referees that can make that decision for you.
All right.
Ask the smog station where a referee station is, and they'll check it over.
Does that help out a bit, Chris?
Well, I'll find out and I'll let you know.
Please do.
Good luck, Chris.
I'll let you know. When I was 14. The Army was selling M1 carbines, and I got one for $15.
Oh, congratulations.
You should have bought a box full of them, but congratulations.
Thank you, Chris. We're coming up on a break. Give us an update when you do get that all figured out, all right?
I will. And how's Jimmy doing?
Jeff is on the heel, and he'll be back next week. He'll give us all the updates.
And Chris, I'll give you $100 for that M1. No questions asked.
Well, listen, why don't you give me $10,000 for my car, okay? And then I'll give you the
throw the M1 in, maybe I will.
Look at that. We're making wheeling and dealing over here,
Take
folks.
a check.
All right. Thanks, Chris. You have a great night.
I'll have them use that pen on the $100 bills all the time.
There we go. You're smart. All right.
Off on my fingers.
I love you guys.
Well, we love you too.
Thanks,
God
Chris.
bless you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Leo, Rick, Mark, and Ed over there waiting on the lines. I'm going to try to get to you guys all before we end this
all right,
show.
have those questions queued up and ready to roll.
Fastest 2 hours on radio, folks. Don't miss it. All right, we are the Motor Slingers on the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network. Let's go.
You guys rock.
You guys taking like 90 calls.
My question is, I swear to God, with all of the knowledge that you guys possess, how the hell do you get the headphones over that brain?
Right. Oh, you know what? I had that question about that the extended question on that, where they somehow hooked together the two on your Packard. On your boat?
Or single drive shaft.
Drive shafts, turning twin propellers, or somehow hooked together?
Yeah, they had V-drives. V-drives that had a shaft on the back that drove the propellers.
But one propeller for each engine.
One for one, or were they combined?
No, if it's two engines, they got one for each engine.
Yeah. One for each engine. Bada bing, bada boom. I only read like 3/4 of the message.
My boat, I had one for each engine.
Nice. All right,
if
Craig.
you didn't, it was a problem.
Hopefully that helped out. Hopefully that got to you. Man, I didn't mean to miss out on the second part of that. All right, we're jumping back in right now. Here we go.
You know what I got?
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Motor Slingers right here on the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network. We're going to jump right in. We have about 5 or 6 calls to get to, so we're going to try to make this quick, gents. Leo, over in Sun Valley, what is going on tonight? Leo.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Keep it
Jump
moving,
right
Leo.
in.
Good evening.
Yeah, I have a question for Leon. About a week ago, first off, I have a 2001 Chevrolet pickup, 1500, 5.3 liter engine, automatic transmission. A week ago, I had trouble starting, so I moved the gear shift lever, and it started up okay. Next morning, nothing. Battery's fine. I get a 12.4 reading on the battery terminals. I'm thinking right away, neutral safety switch.
Well, it's possible. They can check that. Now, the neutral safety switch works in park and in neutral. Have you tried it in both positions?
Yes.
Usually it doesn't work in park. It'll work in neutral, and that's how you tell if it's got a bad switch. But also, I'm trying to think, it could be a starter, but you got to, it's in the park, neutral. It could be a bad solenoid on the starter.
I was thinking about that too. I'm going to have it towed in tomorrow to the garage. So it's either, I was thinking that or the neutral safety switch.
I don't think so either. I think it's probably a starter solenoid.
Okay, sounds good.
That engages the
All right,
starter.
Leon.
Solenoids is just an electric part that gets the starter working.
Right. Thank you, Leon.
All right, thank you for calling.
Thank you, Leo. You have a great night. God bless you. Ed, over there in Riverside, our good friend Ed, what is going? You have something about white gas.
Yes, sir. Leon mentioned that the gentleman with the weed eater should try some white gas. And my understanding of white gas is that it is designed for non-vehicular use. It has absolutely nothing in it to help it withstand compression knock.
It keeps carbon.
There's no lead in it. That's why it's called white gas. And I'd never heard anyone suggest that you use it in motor vehicles before.
Well, it's years ago. It was very popular. Years ago, I haven't heard anybody where you could even buy it now. But Mark says because it's mainly used now for cooking stoves, like camping stoves,
clean burning,
because it doesn't leave carbon. It doesn't leave carbon on it, so it's a clean burn. But
it will handle the compression of an engine.
It will, but it's best, probably
for lawnmowers and wig whackers, not for your Jeep.
Yeah, it's hard to find it because I'm talking about years ago. It used to be very popular. Most gas stations had white gas.
Those little quart cans.
Right. Yeah. They could sell it.
All right.
But no, it's just, I think he was talking about the weed whackers, and it's just when you let them sit a long time, especially when the gas has got oil in it, it's just not going to work.
Started off with a clean burn.
Right.
All right. Cool.
Right.
Thanks, Ed. Ed, do you have anything else tonight?
Thank you.
That's a good call. He's right.
Yeah.
God bless. And if there's time, I'd ask him a question about a Mercedes automatics, but there's other people waiting.
Thank you, Ed. You know what? You can next time we have
Save
them
it
all
next
on.
time, yeah.
You call in first of the hour. I know you catch the second hour, so call in early and we'll get you on for your whole entire question, brother.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. All right, Mark over in Sherman Oaks. What is going on, friend?
Hey guys, great show, and I met the gentleman that you have in there, Leon. I met Leon at Millie's. What a gentleman he is!
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Nice guy. But I have a quick question on a Mercedes, not from the last question, I mean the caller. But I've been using in my Mercedes synthetic Mobil 1 for years. I have a 2002 500. And a buddy of mine at the gym told me there's a company out of Vegas called, it sells Amsoil synthetic oil. He said I should try that. It's really good.
Are you having a problem? Why are you looking for trouble?
I'm not. But I'm not looking for trouble.
You got a car that's running good. You've got good quality oil that you want to use in it. I'm against, unless an engine's having problems, to start putting additives in different oil. The oil he's talking about is good oil, but I don't know why you'd want to change.
If it ain't broke.
Right. It's not broke. No, people will give you all this, and I'll get emails all the time. These additives to put in, leave it alone. Quality of oil, especially in the newer cars, they require. In fact, all the new cars, it'll void the warranty if you put any additives in the gasoline.
Wow. Keep that in mind, Mark.
All right.
All right, Mark. Does that help out a little bit?
I like that. Why are you looking for trouble?
I'm not changing anything. I just want to know if there was a difference with that oil out of Vegas, because I think it's twice the price of the normal synthetic.
It is.
Stick with what's working right now.
Right. Stick with it. Don't
and
look
whatever
for
Mercedes spec'd.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's not broke, I'm not going to fix it.
There we go. Thanks, Mark, for the call. We're gonna get a couple more couple more calls. Rick over in Marina Del Rey. What is going on, Rick?
Hey guys, glad Leon's on the show today.
Captain,
first of all,
sorry, Captain.
Yeah, that's me. Send my love to Jeff. But I want to ask Leon if he knows why I always have to take my car when I go to therapy sessions.
That's what I should become. Open a therapist place.
You get a car lift and a couch.
Because my car always has breakdowns.
Oh,
well.
Look at it coming out with fire.
Captain.
Do you know Richard?
I do got a quick question for you. I saw this car that looked like an old style Toyota 4Runner, and it had the Mercury logo. Did Mercury make a kind of mini SUV that looked like the older style, not the big 4Runners? Did Mercury ever make one?
Not to my knowledge. I'm trying to think.
I wonder what that was. It had the Mercury logo on it. All right, here's my quick question, my gun question. If I'm a licensed open carry security guard going to a job, and I have open carry, am I allowed to take an Uber? Does that break the laws? Because you're supposed to have guns locked up in your trunk and all this, ammo separate. Well, what if I'm walking into an Uber, in uniform, with the sidearm? Am I allowed to do that, or does that break the law?
You're not a uniformed officer. You can carry the firearm at the place where you are employed, but not to and from.
Right. Yep.
You don't have the same protection.
Not to and from.
Nope.
Right.
That
So,
answers
lock case.
my question.
All right.
My love to Jeff, and you guys are great. Leon, wonderful to have you on the show. It's fantastic to hear you.
Thanks. God bless you, my friend.
Thanks, Gavin. We'll talk to you later. All right, let's go get over at Brent. Shalom, Brent. What is going on, brother?
Shalom, you courageous, tough, and marvelous MAGA slingers.
There we go. What's going on tonight, brother?
Well, first, hi, Leon. And you had a really bad cold. I had a really bad stub toe. And Jeff, he had open heart surgery. He's such a competitor.
I know. He was jealous. He was just jealous over us.
And Jeff, we are all turbo thrilled and blessed that you are healing so quickly. Thank you, God.
Yes, we are.
Amen, amen.
And please send back our gunslinger soon. And I had a question for George.
Yes, sir.
Hi, George.
Hi.
Do you know when the Edwards Air Force Base Air Show might return?
That is an excellent question, and my answer is no, I don't know. But those were some of the best shows ever. Obviously, it's not going to happen during the shutdown, but I would think if you go to Edwards' website, I'm sure they have one, or Google it, it'll come up. But those were some great shows with some of the most amazing airplanes you'd ever see.
Yeah, and I think definitely President Trump would want to have that show open as soon as possible. And I was also thinking for King Trump, would you recommend he switch out his classic presidential Sikorsky helicopter for a beautiful new Osprey?
Probably not, is my guess. Although it's not a bad aircraft, they would go resolve most of the bugs in that Osprey, but I think the Marine Corps takes care of the selection of those helicopters.
There we go.
It's just so impressive to see the thing flying through the air.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. In fact, the new long-range assault aircraft by the Army is going to have that same type of rotating wingtip propellers.
Yeah, it's an amazing-looking thing, and it just seems like it's so much more his style.
Oh, get the futures now.
You mean fit for a king?
Fit for a king. Brent, thank you so much for the call. We always appreciate it and the questions for the gents. But you have a great night and a great week, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Bless you guys.
God bless you, friend. We did have one more on there, Tim. We're not going to be good at you. We're actually getting the closing music's about to hit it right now. But next time these gents are on, we'll make sure to tell everyone in advance and get your calls in early. We are packed all night tonight. Gentlemen, let's close out with something. What do you have anything left to say for this evening?
Well, God bless everybody that called, and God bless you guys. God bless Jeff. Everybody just try to live in peace.
Amen.
And turn your frown upside down and make it a smile.
There we go. Leon, did you want to go and close it out right?
The smile is just a little curve that sets a lot of things straight.
Amen, amen. Ladies and gentlemen, big hand to the Motor Slingers. We got Leon and George here. Thank you guys all for tuning in. We'll be back next week with Jeff, the Gunslinger. But we just want to tell you guys, have a good night, good weekend, and God bless you.
Everybody have a great week.
Good night and God bless.
Amen. Let's go.